I put a 0 overall team in Madden 26. From the offense to the defense, there is a 12 overall player at every single position. But the catch is, for every single loss this team has during the season, they will get a new offensive player and defensive player to add to the squad until they're able to win a Super Bowl. So as you can see, this Patriots team is a 0 overall. We're going to quickly take a look at the team, but it's basically just the whole Patriots roster at a 12 overall. We're going to go ahead and add an offensive player and defensive player after every loss, but this may take a while because you have 11 starting positions, but the backups are just as important as the starters, so it's going to be quite a while, I think, till we start winning some games. We're going to go ahead and sim through every game. This may take a while, so I'm going to go ahead and jump part to part, but I'll let you know with every single player we add. Let's start off with this first game, though. Las Vegas Raiders, they're a 79 overall, and we're a 0 overall. We're so far off. I don't know how many points this team can lose by. I don't know how much the Madden Sim will even consider in points. We lose 101-0. Oh my goodness. Let me take a look. 101-0 versus the Raiders. Negative 35 yards gained. Raiders gained to 605. Oh my gosh, that is some of the worst numbers I've ever seen. Yeah, not a single yard pass, 3 interceptions, sacked 9 times, no rushing, receiving, not even like a reception for negative yards. It's just absolutely nothing. Bunch of sacks allowed. Marcellus Dial Jr. though led the team in tackles, which is not bad. I will say 11 tackles, 3 ahead of Max Crosby, putting in work. There's a bunch of tacklers on this team, so that's good. But when you're always on defense, I would hope you're getting those tackles. But we're going to go ahead and add some players to the team. I think we're going to go ahead, get ourselves a quarterback. I don't know who's going to throw to, but just get ourselves a quarterback, and then let's get ourselves an edge rusher to get some pressure on the QB. So we have added Patrick Mahomes at the quarterback position, 96 overall X factor. And then for the defense, we just took Micah Parsons away from the Green Bay Packers, 98 overall X factor. So we got some good players on the team now. We did not progress in overall at all with those 2 players because this team is so bad. But let's see. Can we get anything going against this Dolphins team? We're going to go ahead and sim. So we lose 68-0, which is better, but it's not good because we're not scoring any points. 34 offensive yards gained. That is a good thing. We're now in the positives. 32 passing yards, 2 rush yards, 4 first downs. Oh my goodness. And then we improve on the turnovers. We're down to 2. And yeah, we just completely dominated by this Dolphins team. 2 interceptions from Mahomes, 32 yards. Who in the world is catching this football from us? We got Jalen Polk putting in some work, Javon Baker as well, Stephon Diggs getting some catches, and Jaheim Bell. So I mean, a quarterback is definitely helping, but we don't have any run after catch guys because as a 12 overall, you have no speed, and we're just completely leading in tackles. I think that's going to happen a lot during this challenge if we are constantly on defense trying to stop an offense. So let's go ahead and add a receiver, and let's try and get a safety this time. The team is better. We are no longer a 0 overall. We improved to a 14 overall. We added Jamar Chase for receiver 1, 99 overall superstar X factor. For the defense, we add ourselves the strong safety Derwin James, 93 overall superstar X factor as well. So it's looking good. But we are okay now on this screen. It shows we're a 4 overall. Yeah, this team is still really bad. We're gonna go ahead and sim versus the Steelers, and they're 0-2. Can we sneak a win? Can the Mahomes-Chase duo get something done? Long story short, no, but I did just see Our team scored a touchdown. Our first touchdown of the game. Who was that to? Probably Chase had to. No way. It wasn't Chase. Oh my goodness. It was Kyle Williams. 1 reception, 9 yards, and a touchdown. Yeah. We scored our first touchdown, though. That is a very big plus. We're going to go ahead and add a linebacker so we can get more tackling. And then let's get ourselves a running back to add to the offense. We are now up to a 23 overall. We got Mahomes. Now we added Henry. Chase is also the receiver 1. So pretty good skill players on the offense. And then defense, we added Fred Warner. So we got ourselves a middle linebacker. Michael Parsons and Derwin James is still there. Everyone's a superstar X Factor so far. And the team is looking better. We're going against a 1-2 Panthers team now, 79 overall. Man, if we can even get close, that would be great. But this might be another blowout. And final score, 42-7. So our defense is definitely improving. Oh my goodness, those stats are atrocious. But I want to go to schedule. Panthers scored another touchdown, which is great. And offensive yards gained, 231. We're improving tremendously. 0 turnovers as well, which is nice. And they're just dominating time possession. And Mahomes scored a touchdown, 101 passing, rushing. Derrick Henry, 79 yards behind a terrible offensive line, which is great. Chase didn't do too good, actually. 38 yards on 2 catches. Diggs was right behind him, 28 yards, 3 receptions, and a touchdown. Javon Baker also had some nice yardage. Fred Warner led the team in tackles, which is nice. In terms of sacks, Micah Parsons couldn't get 1 interceptions. Derwin James not there to help in the interception category. But yeah, that is it for that game. Let's take a look at the squad. I think offensive line's probably the next need. We could go in our receiver, but I think we try and get some offensive line. It's pretty important to protect these guys. I might just go ahead and pick up a left tackle. And then on the other side, let's get ourselves a cornerback 1. I think that's the plan. So corner 1 and a left tackle. The team just keeps getting better. We add Christian Darrisaw. This time is a superstar, not an X Factor there. At left tackle, 92 overall, so he can help that offensive line. And then we add a superstar X Factor corner in Pat Surtain the second, which is great. We are now up to a 32 overall, continually and slowly improving. We go against a tough Buffalo Bills, 2-2, 86 overall in Sunday night primetime. So that is going to be pretty bad. That's going to be another blowout and on the live television as well. So that's kind of embarrassing. Oh, scored 2 touchdowns. We let up more points, but we're continuing to do good. 265 offensive yards. We had 1 turnover, which is not terrible. And time of possession was almost equal, which is good. We're improving how we maintain the ball. Pat Mahomes, 2 touchdowns and int. Rushing, we got Derrick Henry, 78 rushing yards on 16 attempts. Jamar Chase, touchdown, 51 yards, 3 receptions. Defense, we had Balin Spector lead in tackles. Surtain and Warner were right behind him. Sacks, Mike Parsons with 1, which is nice. And then we did not get any interceptions. So we scored 2 touchdowns. We break that 1 touchdown barrier. I don't think we're going to win a game at all this season. Derrick Henry is somehow leading in rushing yards. That's got to be from like when he was with the Ravens, because there's no way. But he's leading in rushing yards. I just now see that. That is crazy. We're going to go ahead and get a receiver 2, which will help move the coverage away from Jamar Chase. And then for defense, let's go ahead and get ourselves a free safety. I think that will be our best bet. We complete the upper half of the secondary and then get ourselves another receiver. Help out this offense. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. The new additions to the team, we have Justin Jefferson at receiver 2. They're going to put Jamar Chase at the receiver 1 position. And then on the defense, we got ourselves Jesse Bates, 95 overall superstar X Factor. So our secondary is coming together on the defensive end. Might need another pass rusher and then get some guys at defensive tackle to stop the run. But team's looking good. It's continually improving. We're up to a 32 overall, 0-5. Can we change stuff against the Saints? Will we get a win? We won't. We lose 35-14. That's our closest game yet, which is great. And Derrick Henry moves down in terms of rushing yards. Quick look at the stats for the Saints game. Offensive yards, 297. Turnovers, 0. We actually caused a turnover on the Saints. That's nice. Patrick Mahomes, no touchdowns thrown. So we got 2 rushing touchdowns from Henry. Receiving was all right. Really didn't do too much. Where in the world is Justin? 1 catch, 4 yards. Oh my goodness. That is terrible. Derwin James leads in tackles, and then Surtain right behind him. Sacks, Micah Parsons is able to accumulate 1, and then interceptions. Carlton Davis was able to get the interception, not Jesse Bates or Derwin James. It was Carlton Davis, negative 16 interception return yards. So he just went completely backwards. But it's getting closer. We're closing the gap, which is nice. We're going against the Titans that are 80 overall. The Saints are, I think, the worst team in Madden 26 in terms of rating. So that is probably the closest game we're going to get, with us being a 41 overall at the moment. Let's go ahead and trade for 2 new players now. Our new players for the team are Creed Humphrey at center, 94 overall, and Myles Garrett, Superstar X Factor, on that right edge, which is great. There's a lot of red on this defense. This offense just looks completely different, but at the same time, I don't think you can get Superstar X Factor for offensive line. I don't know if Lane Johnson got one, but I don't think you can. But approval rating is terrible. Let's go ahead and sim versus the Titans. We do go against the Browns, so we have some bad teams that we're going against. And as we take players away, it will also get easier, like the Browns. 0-7, that is our closest game, 19-12. Oh my goodness. We are closing that gap tremendously. That is a 7-point game versus Titans. They had way more offensive yards. Just couldn't really do much with it. We actually got ourselves a turnover. Pat Mahomes, 32 yards passing. Okay, this had been like a rushing game. Derrick Henry, 97 yards, touchdown. Mahomes had good rushing yards, 57 yards, and 0 touchdowns. Receiving was terrible because Mahomes didn't do well. And then defense, 12 tackles for Spectre. Who is this guy? How's he leading like consecutive times? No sacks, but we did get 1 interception. Jesse Bates was able to clutch up, get ourselves an int and a turnover. So we got some good field goals actually out of that, which is kind of crazy. 51 overall team. I'm going to go ahead and speed through these a little faster. This next one is versus the Browns. Let's go ahead and add 2 more players. So we're pretty much eliminated from playoff contention. We're 0-7. We'd have to win out to go 10-7. I don't even think 9-8 is going to cut it in the AFC. But we're going against the Browns for this one, 79 overall. We add ourselves a right tackle in Lane Johnson, 99 overall. So he isn't a Superstar X Factor, which is what I thought. So offensive line, the highest you can get is Superstar. And then for defense, we added Sexy Dexy, Dexter Lawrence, the second nose tackle, defensive tackle, to the defense. So there's a whole lot of red on this defense, which is nice. We're soon just going to be adding depth there. And then the offensive line is good. You don't really need depth there. And then, well, you do. But in this case, I don't think we need it as much as a priority. Tight end's probably our next thing to go for. Going against the Browns, we took Myles Garrett from them. Can we pull off a win, though? We have some good players all around. And we lose 19-10. We're still doing good. We got a weekly award. Micah Parsons, 3 sacks. Continuing to do good. But that is the end of our easy games. I do think we go against the Jets, yeah. So, but they're kind of good in sim right now. They're 4-4. Let's go ahead and add some more players. 60 overall team, though, is not bad. We might get to a 70 overall or 80 overall by the end of this year. And then it really just comes down to, are we able to win next year? Because that's probably the year we win the Super Bowl. or at least make it to the playoffs, obviously. So let's go ahead and add ourselves more players. For this week, our new players are George Kittle at tight end, and then for defense, we added a corner 2 in Sauce Gardner, which is great. We just got to fill out the rest of the defensive tackle positions. And then another linebacker. Got ourselves a 69 overall team, 75 on offense. Defense is 63. I think it's the linebackers we got to fix. But this offense is really coming together, obviously. And we go against the Falcons. We do have home field advantage. I don't know if that's going to do much because our team sucks. So let's see. 17-14. Oh my goodness, that's a field goal game. That is the closest we've gotten. Derrick Henry's actually putting in some great numbers. He's leading the league again. It's him and Genti. They're just kind of going back and forth. Good offensive yards gain. Mahomes actually had a really good game. 204 yards and a touchdown. Compared to previous ones, Robinson's a beast. We got Derrick Henry for a touchdown and 51 yards. And then receiving, Chase was what was doing it. Kittle did good. Jefferson was all right. And Chase had the touchdown. Quickly, defense, Gardner with 10 tackles. That's crazy. Dexter Lawrence was able to get a sack. And then interceptions, 2 from Patrick Surtain. That's great. Next opponent is the Bucks. That's probably the hardest opponent we go against next. They're an 85 overall. Quickly look at the league leaders, though. This guy, Spectre, I don't know who he is, but he's doing good for us. And then Gardner is right there with 4 interceptions. But he did most of that with the Jets, so we just kind of took him. And then, obviously, Derrick Henry is leading, which is great. So let's go add some more players. This team is almost fully completed with starters. We just got to get depth pieces after, I think, like 2 more weeks. We start adding some depth pieces. So let's go ahead and add some more players. We managed to squeeze out 3 wins to end the season. 3-14 was the final record. So we got to add 6 players on offense, 6 players on defense, including that Falcons loss. As we enter into the offseason, I think we can do trades then. And then schedule, for the team schedule, take a look at those 3 wins. We beat the Bengals at the Bengals. We beat the Giants at home, 35-7. That's our biggest win. 35-7, just destroyed them. And then Dolphins was a 30-15 win, which is actually a nice, decent-sized win. 2 touchdowns there. And then stats and awards, because I see Derrick Henry was leading in rushing yards. Mahomes did all right. He was our starter for the whole season, so you got to account for him not having any weapons for the most part. He had good rushing numbers, though. 2 touchdowns, 500 yards. Derrick Henry led the league, 1,500 yards. Receiving, Chase was able to get a 1,000-yard season, 5 touchdowns. Jefferson, 786. Kittle, 575. Blocking was atrocious from these guys. Darisaw allowed 12, which is kind of concerning since you're starting left tackle. And then Tyrese Robinson let 20. Defense, Warner led in tackles. Tackles for loss goes to Parsons. 23 sacks for Parsons. 15 for Garrett. Dexter Lawrence, double digits as well. Interceptions, Gardner, Surtain, Bates, Derwin James, and then Carlton Davis, that one game, was able to get 1 interception. And then as far as league leaders, Micah Parsons was 3rd in sacks, 26, tied between Crosby and Hutchinson, which is crazy. 26 is a lot of sacks. And then, yeah, we've got the rushing yards. We're going to go ahead and sim to the offseason, and I'm just going to go ahead and pick out 6 players to add on both sides of the football, and then we'll see you for next season. This team is a 97 overall after I added all the players. Oh my goodness. So I added Gibbs. He actually starts over Henry. I also added Jefferson on the offense, Patrick Ricard on fullback position. Then we got Joe Thuney and Quinn Nelson for offensive line, and then also added Brock Bowers. And somehow Lane Johnson got Superstar X Factor. I didn't know you could get Superstar X Factor. as a lineman, but he somehow did. Even though he regressed slightly to a 97, he got Superstar X Factor. So our offense is stacked. And then defense added Max Crosby, Zach Bond, Lil Chanel there, and then there was another Derek Stingley. Then it got Vita Vea and Derek Brown. So yeah, this team is stacked. Special teams. I forgot to address special teams. If we lose a game this season, I'm just gonna, instead of doing one offensive player, one defensive player, I'm just gonna assign a punter and a kicker. And that should fix that issue. Long snapper, I don't really care about at all. I don't think it's that crucial to the team. But if this team loses a game, I would be shocked. 97 overall is crazy. First game is week 1, Thursday night prime time at Lambeau Field. Green Bay Packers and the Bills was a Super Bowl matchup from last season. So I'm assuming obviously the Packers won that one. Yeah, let's go ahead and sim this. If we lose somehow, I'll be shocked. This team is so good at every position. The only thing is the depth. And we win 35-14, which is a great game considering how bad we were last season. We were a 3-14 team last year. Now we're the best in the league. Dominated offense, and looks like we did pretty good on defense too. Got 2 turnovers. Player stats: Mahomes dominating, 4 touchdowns. Gibbs, Henry is the duo. They did pretty well. Henry with the touchdown. Jefferson is the lead receiver in this game. We got CeeDee Lamb there, and then Jamar Chase. Am I blind or what in the world? Where is Jamar Chase with 0 receptions? Oh my goodness, that is terrible. Our lead tackler is Derwin James. Tackles for loss, 2 for Sean Gary, 1 for Micah Parsons on our team. Myles Garrett also had 1. And then as far as sacks go, Derek Brown got a sack. Micah Parsons got half a sack. And then Derwin James and Stingley split a sack. Zach Bond got half a sack. Max Crosby got half a sack. And then Leo got half a sack as well. So a bunch of sacks on the team. And an interception from Stingley and Surtain. Or Surtain, I don't know if I say it. I think it's Surtain. And then, yeah, that is the first one. I'm just going to keep simming until we lose a game, because honestly, I don't think we're going to lose a game this season. I'd be shocked if we do, as I've... So we somehow lost to the Dolphins 24-7 with a 97 overall team. That is terrible. Let me go ahead and get a kicker and a punter, and then that should wrap up the players we add. But oh my goodness, we ended up adding Ryan Stonehouse at punter, and then Brandon Aubrey for kicker, both superstars for the special teams, and then that's pretty much it. Only thing now is depth. We need free safeties, strong safeties, extra corners, linebackers. That's like the only weakness with this team, because the top starters at every single position is just crazy. Running back is probably like the only one we don't have to address in tight end, because you really only need 2 of those. But yeah, let's go ahead and send this next one. This one's versus the Bills. I mean, we lost to the Dolphins, so now I have no clue if we're going to win any more of these games. 28-25 versus the Bills. That was a close one. We pull it off though. Next one's up versus the Browns. We pull off the win versus the Browns, 30-24 versus them. And now we got Thursday night primetime in New York versus the Jets. This one is probably a win. I would hope it's a win. It is 19-7. Head into the bye week. I'll check the stats right now just to see how things are going. So Mahomes, 1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions for him. Rushing, Gibbs is the leader on the team, 400 yards, 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns for Henry though as well, but only 145 rushing yards. Jefferson, 382 yards, 2 touchdowns. Lamb with 4 leads our team, and then Chase and Lamb are close in receiving yards. Kittle, 155, 2 touchdowns as well. Leading tackles, it is Fred Warner for sacks. Myles Garrett with 6. Close behind him is Micah Parsons with 5. Then Bond and Crosby are tied with 2.5. Interceptions, just those 1 interceptions for Stingley and Surtain from the game versus who was it? The Packers? That was the first game, the Packers. So yeah. And then as far as league leaders, Fred Warner's top 3 in tackles. Myles Garrett is top 3 in sacks. You'd love to see that. Let's keep on simming. We're actually not first in the division. That loss to the Dolphins puts us second in the division. So we need them to lose, or at least for us to beat them when we face them next. Next matchup is versus the 4-2 Raiders. They're good. But, I mean, as a 97 overall team, you've got to find a way, dude. If this team, like, assembled in real life, it's basically a Pro Bowl roster, but, like, actually playing to their full capabilities, there's no way this team shouldn't go undefeated. Actually, no way. Pull off the win versus the Raiders, and then a win versus the Seahawks. Go against the Lions. I mean, of all teams, too, like, I can understand the Bills. We didn't really take many of their players. Lions as well. Didn't take many of their players. So, when it really comes down to it, how in the world did we lose to the Dolphins? We beat the Lions there 24-16. Next one's versus the Bills. And we beat them by a lot more this time, which is nice. Another Thursday night primetime. This time versus the Vikings. If we make it to the Super Bowl, once again, I'm going to play those. I think that's just going to be the continuous thing for these kind of challenges. Just play out at least one game, and it'll probably be the Super Bowl. But this team should have went undefeated. We went 9-2, bro. We just lost to the Bears. What are we doing? We just lost to the Dolphins twice this season. We could even split versus the Dolphins. I'm also well aware we're first in the AFC. But how in the world are we losing to the Dolphins twice? How are we not splitting? Michael Parsons top 3 in sacks, which is good. Holy cow, this team, bro. This team should be 17-0. Also, I know we have 3 losses. I'm just going to add the players for the next season, just so that we don't have to deal with the trade deadline being a factor. So I'm just going to, every loss we have, I'll just add the players at the start of next season. Beat the Jets. 6-8 Broncos. They're 85 overall team. Should pull off another win. We do 12-3. I don't want to lose another time. We should beat the Chiefs, but Chiefs do love their favorite a lot in Sim. We did take Mahomes though, so really they shouldn't win. Yeah, 41-3. And then Chargers. We could technically sit our starters, so I wouldn't be mad if we lose this one. I don't even know if that's a thing in Madden, if they sit the starters in simulation. But we win. All right. 14-3, number 1 seed. This could be it. This was with me without adding any players at the start of the season. Number 1 offensive points, number 1 defensive points. And then for league leaders, Micah Parsons led in sacks, Fred Warner led in tackles. So our defense is crazy. I'm going to take a quick look at the stats and awards. 4,000 yards for Mahomes, 46 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Rushing, 1,200 for Gibbs, 9 touchdowns for him. Henry, not a lot of yards, but good touchdowns with 6. Receiving, Jefferson is the one to cross 1,000 yards in this offense, 6 touchdowns. Chase, 14 touchdowns. Lamb with 9, and they're like just 7 yards apart. Kittle was all right. It's not much of a tight end offense. I didn't really change these schemes as well. Oh my goodness, Michael Parsons with 28. I didn't even see. I just knew he led. He had 28 sacks. 18.5 for Garrett. Bond 6.5. 5.5. This team is so good. There's so much talent everywhere. For the 2026 playoffs, we obviously get the bye week. Packers get the bye week on the NFC. Got Ravens, Jaguars, Texans, Bills, Raiders, Titans. Dolphins didn't make it. They were our kryptonite, and they couldn't make the playoffs. And then we got Rams, Niners, Bucks, Panthers, Cowboys, Bears. So it's a good playoff matchups on both sides. Let's see who we go against, though, for the divisional. This might have been way easier than I thought, especially adding, like, the best players. That is definitely helps a lot when it comes down to things. We go against the Titans. They beat the Raiders 24-10, and then we got Ravens, Texans for the divisional on the other side, and then Packers, Bears, and Buccaneers. Rams, Buccaneers for the divisional. That will be the NFC side. Can we beat the Titans? They are 84, 12-5. They're good. but we should be better. There's no way. You're telling me a 98 overall team with a 99 offense and a 98 defense is losing 16-10 versus the Tennessee Titans? Are we serious? In what world are we living in? That what? What? Mahomes, 1 touchdown, 171 yards. That's kind of unacceptable. Run game was non-existent. So our offense just struggled. Defense. Our defense was good. What is our offense doing? Are we serious? And who in the world do the Titans have? Tell me with a straight face right now that we lost to a 99 overall Jeffrey Simmons, 94 overall Cam Ward, 94 Alex Mills, and so on. Okay? Those are the top 3 players. Let me take a quick look at this Patriots team real quick. You're telling me 99 overall Myles Garrett, 99 overall Justin Jefferson, 99 overall Derek Brown, 99 Patrick Surtain, Fred Warner 99, Chase 99, Gibbs 99, Parsons 99. I keep going down. There is 94s higher at every single position, except for Will linebacker, Sam linebacker, kicker, fullback, and punter. You're telling me right now with a straight face that this team was able to put up 10 points versus Tennessee Titans and lose in the divisional to them? Holy cow! So at least we lost to the eventual Super Bowl appearing Tennessee Titans. They'll go against the number 1 seed Green Bay Packers. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, so next season, got to add players for 2 losses on both sides of the football. We'll sim just next week, see what the awards are looking like. Michael Parsons probably got Defense Player of the Year too. Recap. Okay, at least the Packers won. Josh Allen's MVP. Vrabel is Coach of the Year. Shakira is Offense Player of the Year. Michael Parsons was Defense Player of the Year. We have the Coach of the Year and one of the best defensive seasons of all time, and we're not making the Super Bowl. You've got to be kidding me, dude. There's actually no way. There's no way. New players we added to the team. Added Puka Nacua for receiver. And then we also, on top of that, added Joe Burrow at quarterback. Derrick Henry retired, and right guard and right tackle retired. So we're probably going to lose games because of that. Defensively, it seems like we're still intact. We added, who is it? Edwin Cooper right there. And then we lost Leo, or whatever his name was, one of the linebackers. And then we added Witherspoon for corner. Completely forgot. So, those are our new additions. Our team is 97 overall now. Our defense is higher than the offense. So we're probably going to lose games. And I'm going to add some offensive linemen and then more linebackers probably. That's like the main thing. We could be adding the edge rusher as well. There's a lot of good ones still there in the league. First, the Dolphins. We struggled against them tremendously last year. See if we can at least split. Can we at least split versus the Dolphins? I don't know how they were so good last year versus us. We do win, which is nice. Commanders, 85 overall. Go against them. I don't think we've taken a single player for them this whole time. But we do beat them. Monday night prime time versus the Jags. 82 overall team. We should come up with the win. I'd be shocked if this is one of the teams we lose to. And we win. We are doing way better at the start of the season than we did last year with a better team, I felt like. Maybe the defense is really what's carrying us. 45-13 versus the Cowboys. We'll then go against the Jets in this next one. And we should win, hopefully. 5-0. It is all going according to plan so far. Go against the Eagles. They're good in sim. I didn't take Saquon from them. I took Lane Johnson from them, but that's pretty much it. And we do win. So, This is what I was expecting last season. I'll take a look at the stats at the end of the season or until we take our first loss and we beat the Bucks. Late night primetime versus the Bills. This will be our midway point, so we can't trade for any more players after this, and we actually win. I'm really surprised. Do we have Gibbs is leading in rush yards. Chase is leading or top 3 in receiving yards. Garrett's there. Interceptions. Fred Warner is there. So we have a bunch of top 3 guys on the team. I don't know how we're doing. I was going to change the playbook. I was going to change it, but I didn't change it. So this is like everything's the exact same. That is way too close. 10-7 versus the Raiders. Oh my goodness. Also, who is our quarterback? Are we starting Mahomes? Mahomes is starting. I kind of want to start Burrow. I think Burrow. I mean, Mahomes is playing higher at a 99. I'm going to plug in Burrow. I'm going to see if that helps. We'll go against the Titans there. They were a Super Bowl appearing team last year. They were the runner-up, and we lose. Okay, maybe switching in Burrow was terrible. We take our first loss. How did he do? 224 yards and 2 touchdowns. Was not bad. Gibbs wasn't terrible. Receiving, Chase was the guy. I mean, we didn't do bad. I kind of wanted to stay with Burrow. How is Mahomes doing? Let's see what the win. We'll say the Bills game. How is he doing? 243 touchdowns. Okay, maybe it was stupid to put in Burrow. I'll put Mahomes back in. He was playing higher anyways. Kind of just screwed up the momentum of this whole team. Whoopsie daisy. Next up here is the Texans. 86 overall team. They're actually kind of high. I took their corner and stuff, so they've probably been drafting well. 86 is not bad overall. Okay, and now we're back to winning. So it looks like Mahomes is coming in the full swing. Is doing good, riding the momentum. And that right side of the offensive line is also terrible. We're another win. So hopefully we don't have to go to next season to add the players. I think 47's close, dude. Dude, these are like way too close for comfort. 88 overall Bills. This is probably a loss. I think they'll probably give us a loss. Yeah, 10-7. That is way too close. What is Mahomes doing? Next one here is versus the Jets. And was against the Giants. We lost to the Giants. Oh my goodness. How are we losing games now? Okay, I don't know. Is Mahomes playing bad? Or, okay, Burrow's at true 99. I'm starting him for the rest. Trust in the gut. Mahomes, you took us pretty far this season, but Burrow, is your turn to shine. Huge game versus the Jets. And then a more truer task or harder task versus the Ravens, and let's see how you do against them. A win. All right. 7th offensive points. Defense was really what carried us. The Bills were first. We got the 5th seed, so we actually have a harder road in the playoffs. Patrick Surtain leads in interception. Oh my goodness, this is something. I know that right side of the offensive line was going to be pretty bad, but I didn't realize it was going to be not making us the 1st seed. We have a wild card appearance versus the Texans. I'm just going to check the stats and awards real quick of our team before we do start. Patrick Mahomes, you stink! 2,700 yards. I mean, even if you bring in Burrow's numbers here, that's 3,300 yards. Mahomes should be throwing for way more. 23 touchdowns. Burrow had 4 touchdowns, so no interceptions. Rushing, 1,300 for Gibbs, 13 touchdowns on the ground for him. And then for receiving, Chase with 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns. Nakua behind, Jefferson there as well. CeeDee Lamb struggled. Receivers 4, obviously, but did not get that much attention at all in this offense. And then defense, Warner led in tackles. For sacks, 23.5 for Garrett. Parsons with 21. 15 for Dexter Lawrence. That is insane. And then huge interception numbers from our corners on the team. All right. We have to play away for every single game this season, I'm pretty sure. And we lose versus Texas. I really thought this was going to be our year. Good thing is though, is we lost 3 games, so we can add 3 players on each side of the football. But I don't know how retirement's going to work. Who's going to retire? We got some older guys. If Kittle does retire though, we got Brock Bowers. Edge rusher guys might retire too, so we might have to look at that. Battle of 2 New York teams. We got the Giants versus the Bills. 1 seed versus the 2 seed. Giants beat the Lions and the Rams to get here, as well as the Bucks. And then the Bills had to beat the Texans and the Browns. The Browns made an AFC Championship. That's pretty wild. The Super Bowl winners are the New York Giants. Wan'Dale Robinson comes up with a Super Bowl MVP, and not a single player on our team won an award. That Giants team had Coach of the Year and a Defensive Rookie of the Year. That team is good. But obviously not playing with the Giants, so that does not matter. Let's go ahead, re-sign our players, add more players. I'm going to go take a quick look real quick, though. Retirements would have happened already. So we lose Kittle. And then for defense, we see regression, but no one really leaves. So we can add another linebacker, another right edge, and then corners are like really solid. Probably just another linebacker maybe, or like a backup safety. And then offense, we address the offensive line right here. And again, a backup running back as well. The pair with Gibbs. And then that should do it. That should do it. Let's go ahead and re-sign and add those players right now. New season. We added the 3 players on both sides of the football. Let's take a quick look at those. Our team is a 99 overall now. 99 on offense, 99 on defense. Added Menarez here and Sewell on that offensive line. And then we added Ashton Genty as the backup halfback to Gibbs, which is an insane running back duo. And then as far as the defense goes, I added Benito, Roquan Smith, and I think there had to have been one more. It was actually Kirby Joseph. I just put him at corner instead of free safety, so we have a backup free safety now. And yeah, that's it for the changes of the team. Hopefully, we go undefeated 17-0, and then I would need that Super Bowl. We got to get that Super Bowl. I mean, this is the best version of the team it can be, but we're losing the teams that are like 10 plus overalls less than us, which is just mind-boggling how that's even possible. But first game, Saturday night primetime versus the Jets. 99 overall at every single side of the football. Undefeated so far this season, 48-7 versus the Jets. That is the outcome. 83 overall Dolphins is our next matchup. Bunch of primetime games, which is nice. And we beat the Dolphins. Now we got a primetime game versus the Chiefs. 87 overall. They're doing really well without Mahomes, which is actually kind of weird. 35-27. That was a close game. I want to know, who is their quarterback? They're rocking with a rookie, or a second-year player actually, Jamil Lacey. Franchise QB and the QB of the future. He is balling out. We also have Joe Burrow starting over Mahomes, so that is the quarterback position battle. We're giving Burrow the nod at quarterback. And then we beat the Seahawks 20-10. Beat the Ravens. Hopefully they're 2-2. Yeah, I think we should come out with the win. We do, 35-1. I mean, if we somehow lose a game at 99 overall, Madden Simulation has some sort of problem. Because there's no way you have, like, top 3 players in the league at the position. I really don't understand. Like, 21-18 loss versus the Bills. I mean, they do have Josh Allen. So, like, anything can happen when you have Josh Allen. I mean, what week did we just play, dude? This thing's, like, kind of glitched. Team schedule. This is my schedule from last. I can't even see the stats. Like, it bugged out. Like, but we lost. Okay, I mean, they have Josh Allen, I guess, but you're telling me a 99 overall defense consisting of, like, the best defensive players in the entire league. Josh Allen's dicing that. How are we losing by 1 point or winning by 1 point to the Steelers? I mean, is Aaron Rodgers just like, is he even in the league still? He had to have retired. Who in the world is playing quarterback for them? Beat the Cardinals. Past the trade deadline, I think. So I forgot to actually no, I did not go past the trade deadline. We're getting those players from the loss that we had against the Bills. For new players that we added onto the team, we added Trey McBride as a backup tight end to Bowers. And then on the defensive side, we added another defensive tackle in Matabuke. He's the defensive tackle 3 now, and then Vita Vea is going to be the backup to Lawrence. Yeah. I mean, I really don't know how you can lose a game, and that's what has me scared for the playoffs, because if you're losing regular season games to like some pretty terrible teams, just in terms of us being a 99 overall, and you're losing to them, like anything could really happen in the playoffs, which could go really bad. So the Bills we lost to, they're 88 overall. They're 3-6. They're 13th in the AFC. We somehow lost to them. We were one of their 3 wins, which is like I don't get. I mean, it's fine. Okay, see, that's what I'm expecting. 41-13, like those big blowout games. We got ourselves a bye week after this one. I think it was versus the Dolphins, and we went 27-7, 11-1 at the bye week. Let's take a look at the stats. After this bye week, we're going against the 4-8 Jets. They're an 87 overall. I don't know if overalls are inflated, because I know like the lowest overall team we played was a 79, and that's kind of high compared to previous Mads. I remember it being so much lower. Like you could be like a 72 team even then, but like I don't know, it's kind of crazy how high the overalls are. 85 overall Niners. We beat the Lions 29-0, which is great. Just our first shutout in the whole entire video, I think. Beat the Niners. Then we got a game versus the Browns at home, and then I think it said it was the Rams for week 18, and it indeed was. We're 15-1 right now. Rams 11-5. We'll see if they sit their starters or if they're fighting to get a new position in the playoffs, higher seeding, and we just absolutely demolished them. First in the AFC, lose 1 game, which was to the Bills. Other than that, easily the best in the AFC, and then the best in the NFC was the Eagles at 12-5. So, playoff bracket. We have the bye week. It's Ravens, Bengals, Titans, Texans, Chargers, Chiefs. So every single wildcard matchup is against a divisional opponent. And then for the NFC, it's Bears, Seahawks, Rams, Commanders, and then Falcons, Packers, and with the Eagles obviously getting the bye week. That approval rating for Vrabel went up from like a 20% at one point, I think it was, to a 96, which is amazing. I don't know how the fans are not approving of this. Joe Burrow is top 3 in passing yards. Surtain is top 3 in interceptions. And then first in touchdowns as well, 44 touchdowns for Burrow. Rushing, 1,400 for Gibbs, 12 touchdowns. Receiving, Jefferson crosses 1,000, and it's Jamar Chase with 10 touchdowns. Bowers also pretty good with 9 touchdowns and just 100 yards behind Chase. And then as far as sacks go, that's a big thing. There's a lot of sacks given up by our offensive linemen. For tackles, it's Fred Warner, of course. Tackles for loss, Michael Parsons. 20.5 is a lot, but compared to previous years, not as much. And then Surtain, obviously, with the 5. Warner, Witherspoon, Leo, Gardner, Bond, Joseph, Stingley, all getting interceptions. So our team is really good. And then as far as collectively as a unit, number 1 offense, number 1 defense. Okay, see, when you're the best like that, I don't know how you can lose games. Like, this team has the best player at every position and somehow has a worse record than like the 16-0 Patriots. And the Patriots squad had dogs, but like this team is way better in terms of overalls in Madden and just being the best at every single position. To even assemble this team and you're losing a game to, what was it? The 7-10 Bills. Like, what are we doing? For the wild card matchups, Ravens sneak by the Bengals, and then the Titans beat the Texans, and then Chiefs beat the Chargers. So we go against the Chiefs, and then the other side, it's Bears beating the Seahawks, Commanders beating the Rams, Falcons beating the Packers, and got a divisional matchup there for the Eagles and Commanders, and then Bears, Falcons on the other side. Let's just win, okay? Burrow, please bring this team a win. We do. Huge win versus the Chiefs, 42-28. That's a big one. And then Titans just beat the Ravens by a field goal, so that's a close matchup. And the Bears beat the Falcons. Commanders upset the Eagles 44-38 in a huge shootout game. Let's make sure we win versus Titans. We lost to them last time. We were better than them. My heart just skipped a beat. It shows the Titans logo as the AFC champions, but we beat them 24-10. Dude, my heart skipped a beat. And then Commanders get a close win versus the Bears, and they're going on a huge run. They upset the Rams, upset the Eagles, upset the Bears, and they're now in the Super Bowl. We got ourselves a chance to win. We're going to go ahead and play it out. So the Commanders are 10-7. They're playing out of their minds. It's going to be at Tampa Bay for the stadium. And we'll take a look at the awards afterwards. Let's not sim. Let's play the Super Bowl. Play the key moments. Our top 3 players, according to Madden, are Genty, Stingley, and Burrow. Theirs is Daniels, this guy named Taylor, and then Martin. So it looks like 2 rookies there for them. Let's see, 99 overall versus an 88 overall Commanders team. We should pull out the win. It took us a while, but let's go ahead and try and win the Super Bowl. Got ourselves our first opportunity here in the Super Bowl. Going to throw it in to Justin Jefferson. Huge catch there, and that will be a first down. We have another opportunity to score a touchdown. Let's see, we got Brock Bowers over the middle, and that could be good. Oh, covered well. Let's throw it underneath, and Jamar Chase is able to get it inbounds for 5 yards. Try to get a run here. Jahmyr Gibbs. All the numbers, for the most part, are pretty messed up. Jefferson and Chase have the right ones, but Gibbs is like wearing 38, Burrow with 4. Huge run. Unable to break the tackle, but 7 yards. We're 1 yard away from the end zone. Let's go ahead and just run it in with Gibbs. I don't know who that X Factor guy is over the middle. Try to make a move. Oh my goodness. I could have easily ran outside, but we get stopped in the backfield. Just keep running it till it works. Get the blocks up front, and it's perfect. That's a touchdown. Gibbs will get the first score of the game, and we strike first in this Super Bowl. That's a key score to help a team. Want us playing some defense here. Let's go ahead and try some of these defensive linemen. I'll be on Dexter Lawrence, my guy from the Giants. Jane Daniels is superstar X Factor in the backfield. Oh my goodness, Dexter Lawrence, huge pressure. He's wearing number 28. Huge tackle, laying it down on Jaden Daniels, but that is a huge gain for him. Another opportunity here on defense. I'm going to go ahead and play on Kirby Joseph real quick. See if we cover it well. We do, but it is a nice pass over the middle. 4th and 2. They're going to probably settle for the field goal. They will. We get a chance to block it. Witherspoon is our speed guy on the right. Let's see if we can block. It looks like McPherson, I think. Looks like they signed McPherson. Could be wrong, though. And that field goal is good. So our key moment right now is in the second quarter, 4th and 4. It wants us kicking a field goal. It's going to be an easy one. I almost just messed that up. Brandon Aubrey, though, is able to get it with that strong and accurate leg he has. So we have a touchdown lead over the Commanders now. Bringing a double safety blitz. See if our guys can get there fast enough. Mabuke is going to be the guy I'm on over the middle. We also bring one of the linebackers. There's good pressure. Has to dump it off. And a huge hit laid by Fred Warner. 3rd and 7 stops him at the line. Bring in another blitz here. I think it's edge blitz was the call. Let's see if we can do anything here on Parsons again. I'll try and cover next time. Oh my goodness, good pressure. And that's a sack. We split it. Actually, no, it gives us the full sack. Micah Parsons gets Jane Daniels in the backfield. 2nd and 9. Less than 2 minutes ago. They used one of their timeouts. The clock is stopped. Let's try and run it with Joe Burrow. Slide it down. And that's another timeout. And if we can get this first, that should seal the game. Obviously, want the touchdown, but just try and run the clock out as we have the lead. Gibbs, speed's not there. Defensive tackles in the backfield. Lit us up. I'm going to go for it here. A field goal does us no justice in winning this game. It's 4th and 8. Might as well go for it. Tight end attack. Touchdown wins it. A field goal would do nothing. Brock Bowers wide open. And that's a perfect throw. Touchdown Patriots. That should be the game. Got zone coverage. Gonna make everyone go inside. They might go outside though. Parsons, good pressure. Jay Daniels doesn't know where to go. That's a huge sack. They got 4th and 8. They got to rush to the line now. Unless there was an injury timeout. And I don't think there was. There wasn't. Alright. Time is ticking. This is the final play. Unless they get that first down and out of bounds. Okay. Good block. Oh, that's a wide McLaurin. They got 14 seconds. They're going to speed to the line. Oh my goodness. We'll do press coverage. Zone though. And they're going to spike it. They're going to spike it. I don't think there's a runoff. They're good. They have 3 seconds. This is their final play of the game. We need to stop them. This is huge. Going to bring the blitz. Best defensive line in football. Derek Brown beats his guy. And intercepted. That's going to be game. Takes it out in the end zone. What a huge way to end it. Intercepted Patriots. And that will do it. We win 17-9. Look at that. Straight to him. High pointed the ball as well. That's Patrick Surtain with that one. 16 is his jersey number. And the New England Patriots bring home another Lombardi as the best team from worst to best. That's it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any more video ideas, let me know down in the comment section below. But make sure to like and subscribe to help support the channel. Anyways, guys, we'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.